We're going live. Hello, everybody. Live
Hello.
from Long Island, New York, is Dr. J and Professor Spike, and coming to you from the other coast is Arjun.
Yes, sir.
What coast would that be, Arjun? The West
Some
Coast?
say it's the West. Some say it's the best coast.
Oh, okay. From Oakland.
Some do.
Some do, some don't.
Having lived there, I'm going to disagree.
There's some good weather here. It's very expensive, though.
Indeed.
Where did you live in San Fran?
Yeah, I live. Oh, Professor Spike,
No,
you lived here?
Professor Spike.
I was there for a year, and then I went to grad school at Berkeley. So
Oh,
that was
okay. You were in
5
Berkeley.
years.
Oh, nice.
Nice education, not a nice life.
I told you Professor Spike is.
I didn't have money. It's hard to live when you have no money. Doesn't matter how smart you
Did you just eat Top Dog, hot dogs from Top Dog all day?
are. And Broadway pizza.
Yeah.
Blondie's pizza, I mean. Yeah, no, it was an experience, let's put it that way.
Sure.
So let's see. David was here first. Let's do I know first.
Hey, he wants to see I know.
First on the agenda is I know for David. Second on the agenda is Anovis for Larry.
Indeed.
And third on the agenda is EH for Patrick.
Okay.
We'll take requests today. In addition to some,
Might as well.
I also I had two requests from Kat. She wants tandem, TNDM.
Oh, okay. That was the one.
And I had another request from Ryan. Ryan wants NDRA.
Okay.
And Dan is here. Dan only cares about one stock.
Right.
And you know that
We also have requests for KNSA, which I agree with, and also
BCRX.
If Dan is here, it must be a BCRX day.
Well,
I think he's up to 150,000 shares.
Oh my goodness!
He's going to own the company.
150,000 shares is over 1.5 million. If your buddy John is here, we have a request from John for KNSA.
Yeah, no, I have a request for that one also, actually, because I was looking at it today.
And Rick is just saying, hey, everybody. And Tim wants CCIV. Put that down.
Yeah, Churchill, I got it.
CCIV for Tim.
Let's look at VBIV while we're at it.
VBIV.
Well,
we're going to start.
Nice agenda today, guys.
No, we'll start with VBIV and BCRX even ahead of David's request for I know because somebody we know has a dental appointment. So
right, we have to do it early.
Yeah, better you than me, Arjun.
I guess so.
Yeah, better you than me. And Lynn is just saying hello, and
hello.
Rick is saying good vibes, and M for Mike wants BCRX and NNDM. Put down NNDM.
Yeah, I got it. None of the mentions.
And Cabinet Guy is giving us a big hello from the Green Mountain States.
Oh, who's this? POAI. I haven't heard that one. I guess
it looks like Ratchet.
POAI.
Wants POAI. Don't know it, but we'll do it. What the heck?
We'll do it.
Looks like it's
always good fun. I only have about 200 on my list of stocks.
Cabinet Guy wants ATNM.
Which one? Oh,
ATNM.
Oh, that's an oldie.
And Mike M for Mike from Montana wants Athesis. And
we want Athesis to move and move and move.
And Joaquin says hi.
Glad to be here. Oh, and Pouncer. I think we're almost at our limit at that point.
PLTR for Linus.
Yes.
Yeah.
I want to do all the Alzheimer's drugs, so we're going to stop right there.
Yes, we'll include those as well. Well, we have two of those already.
Let's get to
ABXL.
All right.
Work.
Yeah. All right. I have plenty on my list.
What about the market? It's going to be down tomorrow till the Fed comes out with a statement that's very accommodative, and then it'll rally and turn green.
Probably.
Dr. J's market prediction for tomorrow. By the way, I went from 25% cash to 15% cash today.
Well, today was
Nice.
the day to do it because there are a lot of bargains to be had later in the day.
Yeah. Well, unfortunately, I started doing it earlier in the day.
That was the problem. Yeah, I know.
I'm at 4% cash. I might have
You're gonna have
jumped
to
the
take
gun.
you're gonna have to take Patrick's remark off because that's very
Okay,
tall.
I'll do that.
There we go.
Right.
All right. Let's
Sharp.
go.
Even CLLI is getting hit. All of them. Bingo. They're all just getting
I
nailed.
was looking at the IBB because I was wondering why my bios are all down and wanted to know if the index was, and it's flat, the index. I bought some Lilly today. Maybe we'll look at that later. But first and foremost, BCRX.
Yep, we are.
I bought today. How many people think Dr. J bought more?
Well, I'll tell you, I bought more. When I saw a 12 before the number, I just dumped it all in.
I bought it just at the close. I bought it.
Really chances I can get a bargain under 10.
I got the 13 something.
Oh, I remember when we were buying this at $3.60.
Yeah, yeah. I said not to
Crying because we were in originally at 6.
Yeah.
The chart is beautiful. It doesn't matter that we had a little selling today, a little profit taking, weakness with the biotechs.
Yep.
We had a tremendous run up. It's only normal to have a little profit taking. The chart
Gorgeous chart.
Tremendous chart. I mean, chances are good that it just makes a couple of new highs before Friday.
Yep. And then we all know Monday is Factor D Phase 1 day.
Yeah, and if that's good, we can get a further pop.
You know, they're bringing a patient on that was from the trials that's in that discussion. So that made me excited.
Really?
Yeah, that could go either way. I don't know if I love that.
Could go either way.
Yes, I've seen so-so results. Bolstered by one person who had great results.
Right.
So I'm not sure I'm that excited about that.
All right.
It's not a bad thing, but it's not necessarily a great thing. But the chart is one thing of beauty. So
gorgeous.
Nothing but higher highs and higher lows, and hugging the 9. It likes the 9-day. It's in love with the 9-day. So I like that too, considering the slope of the 9-day is up. It's going up, and the 50s above the 200. I don't know what's going on with all these lines. Can I undo them? Got too many lines.
Yeah.
Cleared.
It remembers every line you put on every chart.
Yeah, apparently. So I cleared it, and now it looks a lot nicer. So the 50 is above the 100, is above the 200. The way it should be. It's all systems go. Factor D Monday. Buy into that, and if you want, take some off the table on Monday. What do you think, Arjun?
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, if there's a really big run up the next 3 days, I might even trim on that, just on the hype. But yeah, I mean, my plan is generally trim on Monday or Tuesday, whenever the run is.
Or even a little bit on Friday.
Yeah, possibly. If we get close to like the high 14s or something crazy, then yeah.
I think we got it. There's a good chance we will.
Yeah, that's what it looks like on the chart. It looks like 14. My guess is 1420 or so by Friday.
Yeah, I think you can get a 10% move from here.
Yeah.
In just a few days. 10%, you're looking at 1430.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
All right, let's go on to VBIV, your other.
Yeah, VBIV.
That's why you got to go to dentist, because VBIV gives you a sweet tooth.
Yep.
VBIV is giving you a sweet tooth.
VBIV cavities. But yeah, it's done well this week. It's done well.
How sweet it was today.
Yeah, I added just a little bit today, just a nibble, not too much.
It's
I
still
could
pretty
see,
laxish.
I mean, I could see nibbling on it today, but I didn't. I could certainly see doing it.
Yeah,
And stay above the 9, and it's on an upward trend. There's no reason not to.
Yeah.
This is very key. It did take this out. That's very key. It took out 362 today. Did it?
Oh yeah, it broke 365. It was at 366 briefly for like a couple minutes today, I think.
That's very, very good. This was tough to break. You got some tough resistance there.
Yeah.
And the next level of resistance.
It's like 380 something, I think. 383. Yeah, there we go.
Or this one even.
Yeah,
If
380.
If it breaks this one, it's going to new highs. Let's see where this is. It's you got 383.
Yeah.
It's not that far away. Looks very, 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 very bullish. I mean, somebody gave them $33 million today for some coalition or whatever it is.
Yeah, they partnered with CEPI, and CEPI's goal is basically to give money to companies that are trying to make COVID vaccines that target variants.
Yeah, the variants.
Yeah, and VBIV's got a great virus-like particle platform so they have a good chance.
Well, I'm glad that they're welcome to take the money, and I'm glad they got the grant, whatever it is. They're looking good. They're looking strong.
Yeah. Well, the real prize is they're going to get a 200 million grant. CEPI is giving that out to the one that they deem the best able to tackle the variants, and I think VBIV's got a good shot at getting that. 200 mil will really move the needle. That's a big percentage of their market cap.
Market cap is under $1 billion.
Yeah, so that could easily trigger a 30-40% move, in my opinion.
I agree.
Yeah,
that would be huge. The chart looks excellent. The pullback was minor, and it happened only after we took out this high. I like it a lot. And you have support at the 200, I think. Or at least at the 9, in the worst case. And we talked about this. It could also be at the 100. You got all the averages right below it.
Yeah.
Except for the 50, the only one that's not below it. It looks very strong. Very strong. Let's look at another vaccine maker. For Dave. I know.
Oh, yeah, I know. Yeah. I wanted to look at this.
This one is one that Jake is not fond of. It's on the Jake no-buy list.
Interesting. For a fundamental reason?
He doesn't like the management team. In particular, the CEO.
I see.
Feels he's weak. The chart is not behaving extremely well, is it? Because where a lot of stocks came off the bottom in a big way, this one came off the bottom barely.
Right.
Now it's flat for the last 4 days, moving sideways.
Resistance on those guys.
So I think there are better places to look for your money. Well, that's what I think anyway.
The only hopeful sign is that the 9-day looks like it's curving up a little.
Yeah.
Yes. Well, the last 4 days had a positive effect on the 9-day.
Mm-hmm.
So you see that in the.
You got to find out if that 200 and 100 are not just resistance.
Yeah. No, I mean, I know it's a vaccine maker. I know they have a COVID vaccine I think they still have hopes of bringing to market. But you look, you have a lot of other vaccines in front of you, like Novavax with 96% efficacy, right?
Mm-hmm.
And the J&J, and they were all up today for a while, including.
Have people been talking about the Novavax vaccine as anything credible?
I think it's highly regarded.
Oh, okay.
It made a tremendous move upon the announcement of the efficacy. So Novavax is,
about a month ago, so it took a pretty bad hit, didn't it?
yeah, it was about a month, maybe less than a month ago. What was the next one after INO? At this point, my memory is kind of shot.
We could do tandem right now, sort of change the timbre a little bit.
I don't think tandem chart is strong at all, but we'll take a look at it.
Well, we were talking about it being a play between 90 and 100, and then it sort of dipped way below all that. Last I looked.
Yeah, I think it looks like it's resting, tired. It's tired. It had its run to over 100 and says, I want to rest a little. It's going the wrong way, tandem. And all the biotechs are continuing on up. We have 4 days of down. 1, 2, 3, 4 days in a row down. Don't like the short term on tandem. Now it's got if it comes down to the bottom, I would take a flyer with it, and looking for a swing. So I think that makes good sense. If you get it close to, let's say, this bottom,
right?
Yeah,
it's still like the product, right?
Or this bottom. If you get it at $83, is that 83? Yeah, $83 was a recent low. So after hours has a little pop. It actually not far away from that $83. What's this low? Probably also $84. I think you can buy this one a little cheaper, and play for a swing where you get out if it makes new lows.
Yeah.
That's the only way I would play this one. I wouldn't be holding it looking for 100. The 100 is behind it.
Yeah. Clear downtrend.
Yeah. What was the other one that Ryan wanted? NDRA.
NDRA, yeah, NDRA.
Oh, thank you for alerting us to NDRA. I bought some of that today.
Yeah, I know a lot of people that are getting into this one.
Well, the chart is pretty compelling looking.
Yeah.
And the fundamentals, you're talking pediatric liver disease for Albo. This one is non-alcoholic fatty liver disease, which like 1 billion people suffer from, and is a precursor to more serious NASH disease.
Yep.
So this is important, and it's got a diagnostic tool. I like gizmos.
Mm-hmm.
It's an ultrasound, thermo ultrasound device. I'm not sure exactly how it works. It hooks up to any ultrasound machine, I believe. It's software, it's a gizmo. Basically, it's software, I think. And it also has a scanner for where you place it on the belly of the patient and scan away. I watched a little video on it. Looks very interesting. So I decided to buy a fair amount. I didn't load up, but I didn't just nibble. It was somewhere between loading up and nibbling.
Uh-huh.
In
They
between
call that eating.
eating. But I didn't.
Feeding, I guess.
I didn't gorge myself.
Right. You just fed.
I just had like a normal light meal.
Yeah. Oh, shot does look good. We can see what happens after a day or two, but
Looks very good. I mean, I like these lower lows, higher lows, the way they lined up. These two over here on the 50, and then you have support, trend line support now below that. So the chart looks very good. I could draw in the trend line, I suppose, but
well, isn't the 9-day doing that for you?
the 9-day is not doing much. But the trend line is clear. You have trend line support, and it's look at the way it's moving up from the trend line. It's taking off like a rocket ship now. I like that. It also took out a recent high right here.
Right.
I know, but it didn't take out this recent high. That was a surge, right? 305. It looks like it could launch.
This has a PDUFA?
It has something. I know they're awaiting FDA approval for something. I'm not sure what. Is it the TAEUS? TAEUS? The system is called TAEUS. I forget how they spell it.
I need to read about this one.
I didn't have too much time to look at it carefully, but whatever I read, I said, good enough. The chart, between the chart and what I read, good enough. They have 6 partnerships, and that's how they commercialize.
Oh, wow.
Partnerships. Look at that clear-cut line of around 3, that's resistance. Breaks that, it could go to, where's Jiggly? To the moon, Jiggly. To the moon.
Jiggly, that's a name from the past.
No, he'll be back. He's just he's on vacation.
He's probably rich, just enjoying himself.
Yeah, he cashed in some of his JMIA or something.
Right, JMIA, because his BCRX didn't hit yet. We're all waiting.
Right. What was the next request?
We should start doing the Alzheimer's ones.
Next request was Lily? No,
we need a novice.
A novice.
Yeah.
Yeah, the Alzheimer's foursome.
I'm kicking myself why I missed my opportunity to sell at a huge number here today. I would have sold half my position easily had I seen $48, close to it. But I missed it. In fact, it closed down on the day, gave it all back. Is it a buy now? Yes. Was it a buy at 84? No. But it is a buy now.
84.
So wherever it hit, 44.
44. Yeah, you got me scared because then where was I? I was like staring at the market all day and I never saw that price.
I made the mistake of working out and eating breakfast, so I missed it.
Oh. I made the mistake of being greedy, thinking that was just the start of it.
You got to take some profits when they pop like that on news.
Yeah.
The news wasn't even that. It was good news.
No,
it looked like preliminary results on their trial was pretty damn good.
Yeah, the news was the news was sort of that, these other drugs are probably going to need this as an augmenter.
Part of the cocktail.
Yeah.
So I like this one. I would have preferred this hold, but it didn't.
Right.
I still like it. It went through what should have been support, but I still like it because it did not make a low on the day. So if it fills the gap, I'm just going to buy like crazy. The gap being 29.35.
Yeah, down to the 9-day
Yeah.
basically. Or
Yeah.
above it.
So if it fills the gap to 29.35, I take out my checkbook.
Yeah, back up the truck.
Yeah, back up the truck is what they like to say.
Okay.
We should take a quick look at Lilly and Bib. The analysts are liking Bib.
Right, and also Sava, because it's part of that same thought process.
Yes. The analyst is liking Bib. The analyst today said if approved by the FDA, the Alzheimer's drug, $400. And I believe that. The thing is, if, that little word, but he's of the opinion it will be approved. So the analyst, I forget which one, but any analyst that is big enough to make the legitimate analyst it's worth the gamble, put it that way, because the downside is probably no worse than this candle here.
The region over there, yeah.
240.
Because that was
it's got to be lower than that. The downside's got to be lower than that. 240.
That's the place they were after the original bad news.
Yeah, but there was still hope.
No, I get that, but yeah.
What about?
Right. You see, we're still along that same line.
I don't know, 220 maybe 200. Yeah. It's a guess. I'm not sure where it goes on bad news. But let's say it goes to 200 on bad news, down 60, and up 140 on good news, and it's a flip of a coin. It's a good bet. Anyway, I bought it.
Yeah, I never left.
Not for the chart. I bought it because I wanted to own all the big players in Alzheimer's drugs. The only one I don't own right now is one that seems very far behind the others, Prothena. I did own it for a long time.
Which one is that? I'm sorry.
I owned it at one time, but I sold it, Prothena.
Oh, okay.
I own all the big players. That would be Lilly, BIIB, LLY, BIIB, Sava, Novus, and AVXL.
So why don't we take a look at Sava next when you get a chance?
Yeah, Sava. Sava, and then I'm out of here.
One that made me almost rich.
Yeah, exactly. Well, you took advantage.
A little advantage. I started selling too early, but that's besides the point. I sold at the top, but I also sold lower.
Right.
It's treading water right now and holding the 9. So there's really nothing to speak of.
One of our viewers thinks that there's a sort of a pennant happening here. I don't quite see it, but
there are people who see flags, stars, and flags all the time.
The issue is that was all that whole business with the Reddit people, and I wouldn't even consider that natural. I would look at the green line as sort of a natural progression and skip all that jumpy stuff. That's personal.
Yeah, I think I agree.
In terms of doing any kind of analysis.
All right, so if we take the top of the green, you have your pennant, and we broke out of the pennant, which is bullish, but it's not taking off like it's supposed to.
All right.
And once it breaks out of the pennant, the bullish flag, which it sort of is, I don't disagree.
Yeah, I think this guy's looking at the 1 hour chart or something.
Maybe. No, I don't look at the 1 hour. I'm not a day trader.
Yeah.
But even if you look at it, take a long-term view, 1 day chart, it's still showing consolidation and broke out north.
Yeah, I mean, I like the chart. I mean,
I'm so glad to be in it.
I like the chart in that I like the chart better back on 3.9.
Oh yeah,
it looked like it was going to roar.
It did.
Yeah, Yeah, then it kind of just yawned, but it
Yeah,
doesn't. I
right
mean,
now it's just waiting. I don't know what it's waiting for. So maybe it needs some catalyst to make it zoom. Like,
it needs
let's
another
say,
data readout. That's not for a while though.
yeah, it needs some kind of catalyst. I think it's
Yeah.
going to be tough sledding to get a big move like we had, earlier. The 50s look like that's where it's trading looks like where it belongs.
How far along is their medicine?
I think
I think
it's
it's
phase
phase two. Phase two's done, right? I think the
yes,
readout.
and
Yeah.
in fact they're hoping for early approval.
Yeah. I like this one. I'm gonna nibble.
Yeah, while it's sitting here somewhat stable.
Yeah. All
Might be
right, I
right.
gotta go. I'll see you guys Friday.
I hope the dentist doesn't hurt your mouth too much.
Yeah, I
Well,
think
you're
I'll be
late.
all
It's
right.
about 2:30.
Do you take
Huh?
do you take
Yeah,
what
okay,
do
so
you take the Novocaine, or you brave and say I don't need it?
I don't need that crap. I'm
Yeah,
good.
you ain't gonna need no thinking.
I always pass on it too.
All
Yeah,
right, good
so do
luck.
I.
See you.
All right. All right, yeah, Anavex. See, and Anavex is actually doing a nice upward slope here.
Looks beautiful, Anavex. Didn't look beautiful when we looked at it last week, but it looks beautiful
Yeah.
today. I've been adding anyway because I'm adding to the whole group.
Right. And there's a little extra money.
Yeah, I mean, whatever, 100 a day adds up.
Right.
I
Keeps
don't
the
mean,
Alzheimer's away.
I don't mean $100.
I know. Well,
That would add up too. Whatever you do on a daily basis adds up. It looks good. It broke resistance today, and it finished above resistance.
yeah, which is better than AMVS did.
And don't forget, this is on a shitty day.
And this particular one, you said this was like of the list. This was like fourth in terms of having something ready.
I looked at three of them. I looked at Anovis, which was one, Sava, which was two.
In terms of being ready, not in terms of what you like, in terms of being ready for the FDA.
Last week when I rated them, I said Anovis is my top pick, Sava second, this one third. I wasn't talking Bib or Lilly. I'm still not going to talk them because they're in another league. They're big pharma. So of the smaller ones, this one looks like the near-term play to me right now. Off the charts. Best chart of the three would be this one. So, but again, if I'm looking to buy and hold, I'm adding to all three of them.
Right.
And if you get a pop, you take a little off the table like today. But I just kicking myself.
Yeah, that opportunity did present itself. You're right.
I'm just kicking myself that I missed it.
Yeah. I'm sure that one's going to give us another one.
Yeah.
In particular.
Should we look at Lily or not, Bob?
Might as well since we're here, just to complete out the cycle.
All right, let's finish it. Lily is another one that had presented data, and they made it sound real good, but
Right, and then bang, I know.
They missed their secondary endpoint. They made their primary endpoint.
Right.
And the analysts said, poo-poo, you missed your secondary endpoint, which is not so good. And they sold off. Dr. J bought today at exactly 190.
Really? Okay.
So I'm up 90 cents. Not going to get wealthy yet.
No.
But I took a shot. Like I said, I want to own them all. That's the only reason I bought.
Yeah.
I generally don't like to buy immediately after the big dip down. Usually it continues on down.
Mm-hmm.
But if it does, I'll add. the analysts are thinking that it, the Lilly that made a strong statement that they think they're going to be approved. So we'll see. Oh, let's see. What else? What
Well,
was?
we have, we could shift gears again, and we had some people asking about AUPH, Aurinia.
We have someone asking?
Yeah, for Aurinia.
Oh, you have the list.
What?
You have the list.
I have the list, but we also have requests.
But isn't that your list, the requests?
These are new requests.
New requests. Why are we giving priority to new requests?
All right, good point. Very good point. Then we might as well do ATNM.
But I already got the graph. We have we have. Is this an engulfing? I think so.
Yeah, that's what it looks like, doesn't it?
Yeah,
Bad news.
that it's fortunately it's not common after a very long bull run. It's a little bit of a bull run, and you get the engulfing. We could have a retest. Off of this engulfing, we could have a retest of the low. I don't pay tremendous attention. It's not like a tremendous ominous engulfing, but it is engulfing. So you got to pay a little attention to it. We're also on trend line support. Right on trend line.
So do you think this is this is not necessarily a range play, a swing play until
the thing that bothers me is the doggone engulfing. If not for that, I'd say we're on trend. We're holding trend line. That's definitely an engulfing. Makes me nervous.
Yeah.
Don't like engulfing candles. But again, it's not at the top of a long run. It's only like a 5-day run. So the place that the engulfing came with respect to this graph is not ominous. You follow what I'm saying?
Yes.
It's still an engulfing, but it's not ominous. I just would say I'd be neutral on the graph, on the chart. At this,
it's not even worth doing swing plays on this guy, is it?
I would just hold.
Just hold, yeah. Because you could think that it's just bouncing off the resistance at the top.
Yeah.
But that's what the engulfing candle is saying. We're done.
Yeah, I mean, there's good news and bad news. Bad news is it's an engulfing. Bad news is it didn't like the resistance above it. Good news is it bounced off the trend line.
Yeah.
So there's good news and bad news, and at this point, I'd say mixed. It's pretty mixed news. I would again hold.
Yeah.
We'll see which way the market takes it.
Now, much of the audience is waiting for that buyout.
What was the next one going back in the order?
All right. So then going back on the list, EH.
EH. Is this a Chinese one?
I have no idea.
I think so.
This one I haven't seen. And I've been looking at all of them this week. Everything that we talked about on the show.
You notice how many of these stocks we're looking at had that reversal. I guess it was Friday.
Right.
Not this past Friday, the Friday before that. And went up 3 days in a row and then just remained flat after that.
Some were convex, many were concave.
This looks like what was it, Sava? It looks just like Sava.
Yeah, like the other ones. They just sort of.
Yeah, I'm not wild about it, but I'm not desperate about it. It's sitting on the 9-day. It's sitting nicely. Again, you let the market give you the direction. If it takes out the 50, buy. If it takes out the 9-day, sell. How's that?
That sounds like a plan.
Yeah.
Or you could just leave it alone.
Yeah. If I owned it, I would hold it. What else?
POAI.
POAI. This one,
Oh, yeah, this we
gravestone
have
doji.
predictive. Is that what it says? Predictive oncology.
Yeah, it's a gravestone doji that it put in today. We don't like those kind of dojis. I don't like the sharp turn down.
Bottom and then just
I
dying.
don't like it closing below the 9. I don't like the direction of the 9. There's a lot not to like on the chart here. But there's some things to like this high took out resistance, which was a very key level at 177. And there's really no other resistance till the highs. So instead of continuing on up, it said, I'm going to fool you and go down and test what you're made out of if you own me. That's what this chart is saying. In other words, it took out what it was supposed to take out, but it didn't do the rest of what it's supposed to do, which is make new highs, at least not yet. Let's bring it down a little bit if I can grab it.
You always make that tough. There you go.
In other words, charts aren't always nice to you. It made that new high and immediately gave back about half of the gains since the low Friday. And we're sitting at the 9. I don't know. It might be a good spot to get in. And it's also in the middle of this green candle. Even though it's a gravestone doji, it doesn't happen at the top of the market, really. So I'm not that concerned. It's kind of like the engulfing that didn't happen in the right place. So,
Oh, there was engulfing just before it.
Yeah, but I could see taking a shot on this.
Really? Okay.
Yeah. I could see it. I mean, it stopped in the middle of the green candle. It stopped at the support level here. The support being 146, bounced off 146. So I kind of find some interesting things. It's not that it bounced off 146; it never hit 146. You could buy this one and, especially put in a stop below the 50,
right?
137, whatever. We like 130 would be a stop. Risking 20 cents to make new highs might be a good play.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. My first glance, no. My second glance, maybe. So I'm a little torn on this one, just like I was on the other, but I'm more inclined on this one than Arenia.
Gotcha.
I'll take a shot with this one. What else?
How about KNSA?
They're waiting PDUFA on Monday, right?
Yeah.
Binary play.
I don't know. I mean, this chart actually looks a little attractive to me.
Sitting at the 9 and it's going up in uptrend.
Yeah.
An uptrend that started here.
Right, exactly. Yeah, no, it was on my list of things to watch. And they're also in the space that I like.
Yeah, I mean it's come a long way.
What
Not that long. What was the low here? 1685. Not that big a move. It looks like a huge move, but it really wasn't that big. You realize that it's only 6 points.
Yeah. Well,
it looked like a big move, but the chart is deceiving a little bit. But the trend is up. It's making higher lows clearly. and came down from the all-time highs. Came down a little bit, so it
Yeah.
backed up a little, but not that much. The high here is 2470. It's not that much.
I think
It could easily take out this candle 22 and continue on up. And it's sitting at the green. It's sitting at this 9 day. I kind of like this one. I agree with you.
yeah, no, this one's on my list. I think I was going to wait a couple of days just to see what it did relative to the 9 and then make my decision.
I think if you're going to play it for Padufa, you might as well buy it now. It's low enough.
Right, exactly. That's the other issue because Purdue is on Monday, I believe.
I mean, it could even go to 25 by Friday, in which case you can be out of it by Padufa.
That's a good point.
You don't have to be in it.
It's a good point, right?
So this looks like an attractive entry point.
Yeah, and like I said, I like the space through it. It's antibody treatments again. All right, let's see.
So we have a binary play that I like, KNSA.
Yeah. So actually, we're hitting some of the home stretch in terms of some of these. We have a SWKS. Are you familiar with that one?
Didn't we have a bunch in between? Tim Kirk had one.
We're running low on those. We have one that I requested, and then about 2 others, and then our usuals.
Okay, give me them.
So let's look at SWKS.
This is a high flyer, and it wow. It really hasn't done much since all the way back to the beginning of the year. Where's Jan 1? Jan 4. Here it is, Jan 4. It closed at 150.72. Went up 30. It went up 20% since the beginning of the year. I take it back. Not bad. Not a bad move at all. Nice V-shaped recovery, unlike some of the others. It tried to go up today, gave back at the end of the day, but so what? Even if it goes back to fill this gap, so what?
Right.
It looks pretty attractive. Looks like it's put in its low, and I think the market will be strong. So off the chart, yeah, I might look to get in a little cheaper tomorrow on weakness.
Right.
So if I wanted to buy this or add to it or swing it, I'd probably look for a better entry point. Probably tomorrow. My thinking is it will continue to red tomorrow, at least into the time that now will tell.
The other green candle.
The Fed. Yeah, 175, 176, 177.
Okay. You know.
I think you can buy it right there. And you can either swing it or hold it or whatever you want.
Yeah, well, you got to find out what it's going to do when it gets closer to the high again.
Yeah. What else have we got?
All right. Why don't we do NNDM? I'm doing this in order now.
All right.
So that's nano dimensions. I think they're another 3D play.
3D printing.
Yeah.
Sharp V-shape.
Yeah, I mean, this was this has been my experience with all of this play.
V-shape.
And then you get back. You do well, and then you give back.
Very sharp V-shaped recovery, though.
I don't like today's candle.
Well, the market was weak today. You can see a lot of candles like this. It's on trend, though. It didn't really collapse. I take it. I'd buy this one. It's a buy.
Yeah, I got into Kathy's ETF for these.
And you use a 100 for support or for swing trade. What's the next one?
The next one is Churchill.
Oh, one of our favorites, huh?
Yes.
Wasn't it up today?
It was.
Bucked the trend. Gapped up and gave
Yeah,
back.
no, I know it was because there was another one that we were just talking about, and and then it was like, oh well, you talk about it, and then bang, as you're talking, it jumps.
Yeah, and this one didn't. It
They
did
should
not
stop.
give it all.
You
It
should
did
stop
not give
talking
it.
and start shooting.
It did not give it all back,
No,
and it did not fill that gap, which is good and bad. It might fill the gap tomorrow.
you think really?
I do because I think there might be general market weakness tomorrow. Till
Oh, that
maybe
little gap. I think you're talking about the big gap. You're talking about the little gap. Yeah,
the
okay,
little,
I agree with
the little gap.
you. Yeah, yeah, okay. I mean, I think more and more people are getting used to the idea of what company they bought, and they're like,
It certainly doesn't have to fill it. It came close enough today to fill it.
hmm.
Yeah, I mean, this is one I think the fundamentals are strong. So you have real potential competition to Tesla. Good car. They're going to be out soon, right?
Am I wrong in think it looks based on what I'm seeing here? For a while, I was thinking while it was on its downtrend that it would be better just to wait till after the merger. But since then, we've had this little jump up, and I'm wondering if I wait till the merger, will I miss out on a lot of growth potential?
Quite possibly.
It's what I'm scared of.
Yeah. I mean, it looks kind of strong right now.
Well, I guess I'll see relative to that line, that really thick line you drew.
Can it give?
That'll be the line in the sand.
It can. Look, it could give back a little tomorrow. Might make it an interesting buy.
Uh-huh.
Buy on weakness because it looks strong. So strong stock like this, you take advantage of any dips.
All right.
So if it dips back to this trend line, or even to the 9-day, or even less than that, just fill the gap. I think it's a buy.
It's a step in opportunity.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So if it comes back to like 28.70, 29, I think it's a buy.
Yeah, something under 30. It makes sense.
One more?
We have a couple more actually that people have been asking. Our timing is good. Now we got to do our usuals. Athesis and CVM before we get creative.
CVM, the date has got to be soon. I feel it. I feel it like in my bones, like when you're getting a storm, storm is coming.
It's been getting, and if you notice, it's been getting tighter and tighter. That whole idea about having a swing, there is no swing here anymore.
It's married to the 9 over the last 2 weeks.
Yeah, so whatever I bought in at, I bought like a little bit at 23 and a little bit at 18, and I can't do anything with either of them.
If you believe, as the CEO says he believes, then buy it. Don't wait, because I think the date is going to come soon.
Like I said, I'm bought on both sides of that. So if I'm looking to do any swing trades, there's nothing to swing from because my average is right there at 19.
Okay.
So I'm just holding.
Yeah.
For a while we were playing this as a swing play between 5 and 10 or whatever it was we were playing with.
Yeah, you want a real gamble, you buy the Friday calls.
Right. There you go. That's for the gamblers out there.
Or the calls and the puts. I don't know.
You're playing both. No, you'll end up wasting your money if it stays on that line.
Well, what if the data is announced, Friday morning?
And what if monkeys fly out of my backside?
All right, whatever.
I'm sorry, but I'm getting testy because I'm impatient like you are.
Well, you know, it's got to come soon, eventually, that data. Eventually, it must come.
Yeah. Now this one is sort of ticking up a little bit. It's treading its water above 2.
If it
Just
wasn't
barely.
athesis, I might like it.
Hmm?
If it wasn't athesis, I might like it.
Right.
But I know this company too well,
Yeah, indeed.
and it is athesis, so I just don't trust it.
If you know, it's red, green, red, green, red, green.
Beautiful trend line starting. But, you know, I don't trust the news coming out of the COVID odds.
I agree with you. It's the other stuff.
Some good catalyst, but maybe a bad catalyst. I'm going to let the charts do all the talking. I don't have to say anything on this one. The chart is clear. The chart has spoken. If you want to go by the chart, it's a buy. What else?
So Heath is here. He's offering us ice cream and donuts when we see each other.
All right. Does he have a request?
He didn't give a specific request yet. We have the ATNM and Palantir, and that'll pretty much finish our list.
ATNM.
And then there was my request of iSun.
You know, the reverse of what happened on Friday with so many stocks like ATNM put in a nice bottom, put in a nice top yesterday.
Didn't it?
I stay away off the chart.
Yeah, and the 9 is below the 50, which is below the 200, right?
I just don't like it. What else?
Palantir, PLTR.
Kathy Wood's favorite?
Is that what that is?
Think so.
Uh,
I don't really pay attention to her, but I think she's into this one.
she's got a head on her shoulders.
She's a bright woman. I don't know. I mean, you know, it's highly touted. It seems like the whole world likes this one, which makes me scared of it. With all
Never,
the whole
never
world
gone
liking
any
it, it still had it through in a clunker today. Not going anywhere the last 4 or 5 days. It's a Kathy Wood, and there's a guy on YouTube that everyone follows, and he's touting it.
Right.
Too many gurus touting this one. I pass on this one for now. I would look for it to come down to the test low at 2240 before I'm interested. What else?
Last one, ISUN, ISUN.
ISUN?
And then we can chat with the people for about 5 minutes.
ISUN.
This had made a move today. It was the solar play.
Yeah, it's a pop on news.
Already months ago.
Pop on news. I don't like the way it finished. I think this, just looking at this chart, there's an excellent chance it gives it all back and fills this gap. I stay away.
You would, okay.
Yeah, what else?
Well, that's pretty much, we have HOLX is the only other thing that people have been asking for.
What is it?
That one either.
Symbol?
HOLX.
I bought HOL without the X.
No, they want the X. Logistics or something like that. Yeah.
No.
We've actually seen this one before.
Yeah.
And we've seen this chart before, actually.
Yeah. It broke out of its downward channel, thank goodness, for those long.
Yeah. How many times have we seen this kind of chart today?
I think did we draw this downward channel, or was it another stock?
No, I don't know.
It's a beautiful downward channel, a zoom down channel that it broke out of. I just don't like the candle today. Of course, the whole market was weak, but it did find support at the 9, and it did have 4 days in a row up with new highs. It's got a little Momo. You could buy this one if you like it.
Franco really likes it. He thinks this is going to hit to 90.
Yeah, you could, if you like this one, you could buy it right here. There's no point in waiting.
There is no point in waiting. Tomorrow it'll be a little bit cheaper anyway.
Yeah, no
Today's
point
over
in waiting. Market sells off tomorrow. Just it comes down to the 9-day. Why not?
I think we pretty much covered our list, even though it was a nice list.
Okay.
So, like I said, you could come down and look at some of the comments that people are saying, and then we could head out.
We did Tandem. We did Endura.
Oh, yeah.
We did a lot.
Yeah, I mean, it's sort of like that volume versus quality thing. I sort of like to err on the side of volume. This way we have more.
Yeah, and I think tomorrow the market is going to be a Fed market. It'll kind of be jumping around red to green to red to green. Probably be mostly red till Powell speaks and then turn green.
Right. That makes about. Was he going to talk around 2:00?
The market is like a baby. It's got to have its hand held by Powell.
It needs its pacifier.
Yeah. Tim is the one who wanted CCIV. Heath is giving us donuts and fine.
Yeah.
Fine wine.
A non sequitur.
Non-equita, okay.
Non sequitur. Yeah, we had a couple of those the last show.
Okay.
People just coming in with comments.
Non-equitas are okay. We can show them or not, right?
Mm-hmm.
So what else is new? Anything new and exciting?
Anything new and exciting? I am so excited for baseball season to start.
Yeah, for the Mets looking pretty good. I got Lindor looks pretty good.
There is a profound possibility that we'll actually get to see a game for real.
There's also a possibility the Mets will play better than 500 ball.
Hey, that's a guarantee, my friend.
What do you like in the March Madness top pick?
My son goes to Rutgers, and we were just watching Illinois knock Rutgers out of the Big Ten tournament. They were looking really good. So,
yeah.
and my pool, I have Illinois going all the way.
The Fighting Illini?
The Fighting Illini?
Fighting Illini?
Okay, yeah. They were just looking they outclassed who they were playing.
As always, do your own due diligence. Our opinions are strictly owned, do not constitute investment advice. Check with an advisor before acting on anything that you saw on this show. Please subscribe, support the channel by subscribing and by giving us, what is it?
One of these.
Tell your friends about us.
Sold to the American. So who are you going for on the bracket?
I don't know. Duke is out, right?
Yeah, there's a couple of the old stalwarts are out.
Yeah.
And some of them aren't doing. You still have the wild card of teams getting hit by COVID, which is an issue.
Yeah.
It's going to be very unpredictable.
Yeah. I haven't been following college basketball much this year. Have you?
I pretty much listen to what the guys on ESPN tell me.
Where did Rick Pitino go? What school did he go to? Iona, I think.
You're gonna put me on the spot, and I'm not gonna be able to answer that question.
It's Iona. Iona.
Oh yes. And they actually did very well.
Did they make the tournament? I don't
know if they're making the tournament, but they did have a very impressive season.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, no, I didn't see them on the list. They might have a play-in. I didn't even look.
Unfortunately, I can't make a pick because I haven't been following. I'm going to fill out my bracket. I'm going to go eeny, meeny, miny, moe.
Right. We're going to get roped into a bracket anyway. So that's what I did. I got roped into a bracket, and I just, like I said, after everything was done, Illinois ended up being my choice.
How about Kentucky? They're always up for anything.
Oh, they're always in. Yes, no, they're in. And Alabama's looking good. Gonzaga's looking good.
Is Alabama Butch? What's his name? Is still coaching them? No, I don't think. No, he's not.
Bring my son in if we're going to start asking me questions about it.
He went to. Where did he go to? I forget. What's the difference? Doesn't matter.
Well,
What about Virginia? They entered?
during the show on Friday is when the games start in earnest.
What
So
about
how-
the market? Where are we going for the
Hmm?
year? S&P 500 for the year.
Oh, the question actually, you don't think they're gonna have that hit's gonna happen in April, do you? You think we're going straight to the moon?
I think
Yeah.
4,400 looks pretty good.
Is it a straight path? Is my question to you.
No, never a straight path.
Well,
You know that.
is it going to be parabolic? Well, okay, fine.
I think we can do another 10%.
Yeah, a
Yeah.
couple. So you're thinking the bloodletting's not going to be big. It's going to be little cuts.
Yeah, like we experienced, and
We just had. Okay, that sounds perfectly reasonable.
I think tomorrow will be a little scary, maybe at the beginning of the day.
You see, the only problem with that is that my VIX is only going to pay off when there's something massive.
Oh, the VIX, you can't live with
No, I know. That's where my dry powder is.
You just have to go with it when you in your gut when you think the market's going to sell off, and get out of it.
Somewhere.
Get out of it if you're wrong, and get out of it if you're right.
Yeah, no, I get it.
Either
But
way,
see, you have the ability to take 40% and leave it in cash. If I have 40% cash, that's like potential. So if I put it into the VIX because I don't want to spend it thinking the market's going to go down, then that becomes my dry powder.
I don't know. I would never do that.
Because you're smarter than me.
I would never do that. I'm not smarter than you, but you just make mistakes. When it comes to playing games, I'm better than you. But you're smarter than me. You're one of the few people that I know who are smarter than me.
Oh, you're making me blush.
All right. Have a great day, everybody.
Have a good one. We'll see you in a couple of days.
Righto. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.